Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And yes, for today I'll be reviewing and recapping a more Yoruba movie just released on Apata TV titled Poison. Poison was written and produced by Arinola Odubela, popularly known as Anike Pepe, and it features actors and actresses like Jaye Kuti, Dele Odule, Mr. Macaroni, Kiki Bakare, Zaina Bakare, Diva Gold, and many other actors and actresses in this movie. So according to them, the storyline is about a lady who had issues with her mother. She had a rough growing up and so on like that. And then she actually found solace in something else which was about to destroy her life. So that's the storyline on in their description box. But then what's the movie all about? Is the movie worth it? The good, the bad, the ugly, the rating? Yes, but before we dive into that, if you are new to this channel or you are coming across this my channel for the very first time, remember to click on the subscribe button and also hit the bell button so that whenever I drop any other new video, you will be notified. So let's quickly do a summary of Poison. So they started with this particular scene, showing them, okay, said, okay, this is a campus. So I'll be referring to Anike Baby here as mommy's girl because everybody is always referring to her as mommy's girl, mommy's girl. So Omo Mommy here. So they showed Omo Mommy, she was teaching this particular person probably assignment or a classwork or something like that. And then they showed these guys talking about the fact that he liked her and so on like that. And they were like, no, now Besumelo me that she has better friends that dresses better than her and so on like that. So well, they spent a lot of time in this with this particular scene, which I believe is not meant to be. So just show us what you want to show us, and then take the scene away. But no, they have to just keep showing us everybody in this scene. Anyways, then our friends came and then they proceeded to go into their hostel. So in the hostel, they showed us Diva Gold. Also, we saw her friends very well, and then they showed us this lady as well. So for the purpose of this, me narrating this movie, I'll be calling this lady A, then B, C, and D. Yes, so now Lady A and B are very close to Omomomi. They like her, and because she's brilliant, and then she helps them with their courses and all. But you see, this C and D, Diva God and this lady, they don't care. They just want to vibe, have fun, catch cruise, and enjoy the campus, all the group, the parties of the campus. They don't care. They know how they sort themselves now. So, anyways, Omomomi, actually everything is not so perfect in her world. She was having mommy's issues at home. Like she and her mom are not on the same page. She and her mom are cat and rat, dog and whatever you want to call it. Like they don't see face to face. They're always fighting. They even fought on top picking out onions from the jollof rice. Everybody was like, is it that bad? The insults, the yabs, and so on like that. Okay, the mom was like, ìwọ ọmọ tó ti sí àwọn bàbá ẹ bí bàbá ẹ ṣe pé for something like that. And my mother was like, is that not the father on seat? So along the line, we found out that Dele Odile was not the father of Omomomi. So Omomomi and her mom, they were always at loggerhead with each other, always fighting, cursing her, and so on like that. So it kept happening, different scenarios, it kept happening like that. So in fact, at the point, I thought maybe something must have triggered it because I mean, how can a mother be so cruel to her daughter? Not just even her daughter, like everybody around her. I don't understand. Okay, Sha. So along the line, this guy finally went to meet her and be like, okay, babe, I like you. She screamed at him, she shouted at him, like, what's your problem? And so like that. And our friends ABC and they felt something is wrong with her mommy. Then they went to meet her. Mommy close share, she said nothing. Mommy, what's wrong? She said nothing, I'm fine. Those the C and D were like, leave her, she's fine. Abi, what else do you want? Anyway, Sha. After that, they just suddenly showed her where she was being happy, feeling high. My mother was like, we get eating pada, your team moving fag. Anyway, she dashed CD. CD was there as an house help, and this guy was there as a gate man. She dashed CD 20K, she dashed the gate man 15K. Yeah, 15K. Then she went out and boom, Carol has been introduced to taking pills, drugs, cocaine, dealing, selling, buying, and doing prostitution as well. Mind you, Omi has a boyfriend who was played by Mr. Macaroni, even though Mr. Macaroni just appeared twice in this movie. In fact, all of his appearance did not sum up to 5 minutes yet. she still went ahead with another guy. So this guy was played by Kiki Bakare, he played Mr. Innocent, and he is the don of the don of the drug cartel in this movie. So my mommy got high, and then it was Kiki Bakare that was, my mommy got high, and these guys were like, oh Ghana, me a shasha. And I was like, no, now my baby. So now Mr. Innocent, they, now. Exactly, now they chop the work of the lady. So we had these two ladies there as well. So I'll be calling these ones, drug dealer one, drug dealer two, for the purpose of this narration. Anyways, so after that, she started delivering jobs. In fact, to the extent that she missed a test on campus. And her friends were like, why would you miss a test? Did I tell you that she carried her friends to go and shy? She was feeling she was feeling happy. At least her mother was not making her happy. She was living a sad, solitary life. And she found somewhere to actually, happiness somewhere else. And she took it. Anyways, this movie that ended with when our mommy, she went to her friends, a new gang, Mr. Innocent, and they now injected drug in her body. Me, I don't know what they used to inject that body, but she injected something in her body. So they started calling her for home. She did not come home. She has refused to come home. Ha! Problem. So that was how they said the story continues. Exactly. So, and that's just it about the movie recap. Now, personally, I have plenty issues with this movie. Now, let's get down to business. But before I get down to business again, click on the subscribe button, be a part of this channel, and also hit the bell button so as to get notified. Yeah, I know, okay, it's my opinion now. So the first thing, okay, let's talk about the good part of this movie first. Number one is the costuming. Yeah, they did a great job with the costuming, the makeup, the change of dressing and everything. Everything was actually okay with the costuming. Number two, I love the subtitling as well. The subtitling, I would rate it 7/10 because there were still some errors there, but then it was nice. Then another thing I like about this movie was this car. Ha! Mo like moto. Like I had to Google the motor. See, when they say oko, this is what they call oko. When you see oko, exactly. I love this motor. Okay, that one is by the way. Another thing I like about this movie is the interpretation of each actors and actresses, the interpretation of their roles. They did a great job. They killed it, starting from the Anike Pepe herself to every other person in this movie. Now, talking about the bad things about this movie for me, number one, how did mommy suddenly just changed and joined this group? Okay, fine. They were showing us backstory of what really pushed her to becoming a drug addict and all. But they didn't show us how she met with these guys. Come on. It's the least they could actually do for us. Just 5 minutes of how she met with those guys. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. They could not show us. That's one. Number two, what's the importance of these three guys in this movie? Even though I like this guy in glasses, is fine, small. But then, what is it? What is their importance in this movie? What are their roles? Gong 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 gong. Do they have anything to do with mommy meeting with these drug guys? We don't know. That's number two. Number three, the movie is a bit boring. Let's not lie to each other. Like it was a bit boring. The they dragged the backstory of what really pushed the mommy to becoming a drug addict. They dragged it for too long. It was just too long. I do not understand what you from the fighting jollof rice scene. Then they showed us when they were taking her to school. Then to one scene where they had to remove all the "I love you, daddy," "I miss you, daddy." Like it was just too much, honestly. Then another thing I don't understand, what is Mr. Macaroni doing in this movie? Did they use Mr. Macaroni to upsell this movie? Because like I said, he only showed twice, and the two times he showed was not up to 5 minutes. I guess it's a clickbait. I don't know. Like, come on. He acted as a boyfriend, but the importance of that boyfriend in her life, you don't know yet. So what's the point? Yeah. Another thing about this movie that I am not so comfortable with is the way they were showing those drugs and so on like that. I understand they are trying to teach people lessons, but I think they need to tone it down. They need to tone it down, honestly. Basically, those are just it that I can remember, Sha. Now, what are my part two expectations? Well, now that they are unable to reach your mommy, I want to believe that maybe at the end of the day, our mom is going to contract one sexually transmitted disease since she has decided to be having sex with multiple men, and maybe the drug is going to make her run mad. Then the mother is going to regret why she started treating her like that, and then they will now do pew like a flashback and show us why Jayekuti was behaving like that to our daughter, our own daughter. So, and then we are now going to have the end of the movie with lessons learned from this movie. So, for now, there is no lesson to learn in part one. Another, oh yeah, I remember now. Another bad thing about this movie for me was the way they ended the movie. One thing I've always known about movies is that whenever you want to end part one, or maybe an episode one, or maybe a season one, or anything, it has to be on a cliffhanger, that would actually make you thirsty for part two. Majeke Egbongbe part two. Oh my god, I can't wait for part two. But they just ended it like that, shakala, like that. Like, why this, you've already tried with the movie. Yeah, I had issues with it, but at least they tried. But then they could have ended the part one on a very good note, leaving us like, oh, bring part two, bring part two. Anyway, Shada is just it. Even me, that's not, I'm going to rate this movie. I'm rating this movie 6/10. To talk. I'm rating this movie 6/10 because it was not what I expected at all. I was supposed to see Mr. Macaroni in action, but no, it's as if they just use that macaroni to seduce us to watch the movie. And I noticed that Diva Goat seems to have entered the Yoruba movie industry at last. I think that's what she has always wanted, and she has gotten it. Congratulations, Auntie Diva Goat. So that's just it for today. Hopefully they drop the part two as soon as possible so we can actually see what is going to be the end of Mommy, and they will keep us waiting the way they've been keeping us waiting with Eniola rumor. Like, guys, when is Eniola rumor going to come out? I just have to chip it in. When is it going to come out? Okay, that's just it for today, guys, and then till I see you some other time, it's your one and only review girl, recap girl, whatever, Alice TV. Until I see you some other time, guys. Love you.